YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Chris Jack, the Canvas Nomad, back with another one. And I got a story time today. I will say that when you go to, if anybody out there is thinking about going to Cambodia, specifically Siem Reap, to go visit Angkor Wat, watch the kids when you go to Pub Street, because you're gonna go to Pub Street. It just is what it is. You're gonna go to Pub Street, you're gonna experience it. If you don't, you should. It's the center of the city. It's where some of the best food is, some of the best things that you can experience there. If you like the nightlife, that's where the nightlife is. And most of the hotels are like 5 minutes from it. You might as well go to it. But watch the kids. I'll never forget, I went to Temple Sky Lounge. And at this point, I did not know if they took Apple Pay or not. I think they did. But I didn't have like actual cash. So I was happy to find out they had, well, I did have cash. I had a little bit, and that's the whole point of the story. So I was able to spend Apple Pay in the bar. And I got an Android, but I say Apple Pay because I say Google Pay, and they're like, what? Like, it's the same concept, but let's just stay with Apple Pay. I went to the bar, used the Apple Pay, and I was good. But I wanted to see how much I can get away with the cash, the very little cash that I had. So I walked downstairs, and I was getting ready to go. And I was like, okay, I see some of the food still out. I'm kind of hungry. It's early in the morning. You know what? Let me see what I have in cash. So I pulled out, and literally from the time I flipped one of the bills over, at least 14 kids bum rushed me. Oh, can I get some money? Blah, 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 blah. I was like, oh, shit. Now, at this point, the reason why I pulled out the cash was to see which one were my larger bills, so I can spend the smaller bills first and then have something to negotiate with later. So I pulled out 1,000 real. I gave it to one of the kids. I was gonna go pull out another 1,000 real. It's like 25 cents, and give it to another kid. And this one kid tried to snatch all my money and go run. Luckily, I was holding on to the money. He couldn't get it. So I was like, see, you could blame that kid over there for not getting no money. It is what it is. I was gonna have y'all all split a bunch of stuff, but now you can blame him. I'll see y'all later. This one kid, oh man. I walked like a block away. I turn around, I see the kid. I'm like, oh, what is going on? You know what I mean? He's like, come on, can I get some money? This, that, and the third. He's like, I'm hungry. Now, I've been to a bunch of places before, and usually when the kids are asking, it's an act. Like, I never forget when I'm veering off for a second. When I was in Philippines, there was this girl at this church, the St. Augustine Church in Intramuros. She literally didn't even say anything. She just stood in front of me and put her hand out. Maybe she was like 4 or 5 years old. She just stood in front of me, put her hand out. I was like, whoa. I'm got nothing. Oh no. I can't even.
1663, and then one of the factors.
And it like really kills me. Because I wanna, but I can't. After what y'all just told me.
Yeah. If you want picture of the San Agustin.
One of the things that I like about this church is the doors.
Yeah.
The doors themselves, they're actually said to be part of an old galleon ship.
You give it over. Okay. Oh, thank you. No, you're welcome. I appreciate it. Nothing. You see how this works?
Yeah, it's just a job.
Nah, I know.
And that's a sad thing, you know. They're not doing it because they really want it. They're just told to.
So, yeah. She walked with me all the way, and then the people I was with, they were like, just give her a peso or something like that and tell her to leave. So I did that. She took that peso, she went behind this tree, she did something with the money, and then she took slippers out, put the slippers on. The slippers look clean as hell. Then started playing with the rest of the kids, and then there was a man in the corner that said something to her. She ran to him. They had a little conversation, and she ran back, started playing with the kids. I was like, ain't that about her? I just got played.
And so when that happened, the Spanish were surprised when the Chinese came through, And they noticed that the Chinese were more than happy to burn over many of these churches in order to try and challenge the Spanish.
Oh, she hustled me, yo. She went and got her slippers. And now yo, that's crazy. To see it in real time, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it's
Just
okay.
to see it in real time, it's crazy.
One of the reasons.
She didn't look at all poor. Because what they do is they walk barefoot to you, so it looks like, you know, they play the illusion. But really, her slippers are just hiding behind a tree. So, but this kid, when he asked and said he was hungry, that's where I was like, okay, that's different. Now, I'm from New York. You know when a person's like, can I just get some money? They put the cup out. And I'm like, hey, if you hungry, I'll take you to a restaurant. And they tell you no. You know they just trying to use the money to go buy drugs or something, or some alcohol. So they don't really need the money. You know what I mean? Kids really need money. So he's walking with me. He might have walked maybe 3 blocks. He wouldn't leave me alone. He started pulling my shirt. I gave him another 1,000 real. He was like, oh, thank you so much. And he ran barefoot, mind you, barefoot. There was no other, he didn't go and get slippers somewhere. He ran barefoot to where the other kids were. I was like, okay. I went there the next night. And when I was leaving, I was with somebody, so she was actually taking me to what is known as like a tuk-tuk bar. It's basically a tuk-tuk, but inside, instead of chairs and stuff, it's a bar. And this opens up after 4 o'clock, and then at 4 o'clock you can stay there till whenever, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning sometimes, right? I don't know how he found me or whatever. I'm sitting at the tuk-tuk bar. And what it is, like I said, it's a tuk-tuk, and they put like 2 tables outside, and they got like maybe 3 tall chairs next to the tables on each of them. And it's like 5 or 6 tuk-tuk bars, right? Oh, and the funny thing is, they're all playing different music. So you literally can just sit at a different table and hear something you like. Or you could be at this one, singing this song, hear something you like over there, go over there, sing the song with them, enjoy your time, then go back and sit back down. Like, it's just a dope vibe. They was playing Not Like Us like crazy. Anyway, so I'm sitting down, I'm chilling, you know, and next thing you know, I look to my right, it's the kid. He's like, what's up, man? He gives me a pound. And literally, he says, what's up, man? That, like, they speak really good English in Siem Reap. I'm surprised. And he gives me a dap. Not everybody, but most people. He gives me a dap. He gives me a pound. And I know he's looking for more money. But I'm just like, all right, I don't got it tonight, this, that, and the third, right? He's like, all right, cool. He doesn't really bother me, but he just wants to kind of like chill there. So I'm like, all right, yeah, it is what it is. I got my back turned. I'm over here, but I know he's sitting behind me at a table by himself, and then the 2 other tables, there's people there. So I'm sure if another person comes and sits down, he'll leave, but that table's empty, so he's just chilling. And then we chilled for maybe, me and whoever I was with, we kind of like hung out for like an hour, and then we left. And I gave him a pound. I said, I'll see you later. He's like, all right. As soon as I left, he left. End of the night, right? The next night, I went there just to go get something to eat. I didn't want to hang out. So I went there, but I sat on the first floor. That's a mistake. If you go to Siem Reap, you go to Pub Street, go upstairs. Trust me, go upstairs. So I sat on the first floor, and I didn't sit on the first floor. I was looking to see which restaurant I wanted to eat at, and he pulled up with me. He was like, oh, I'm hungry. Can I get something to eat? Can I get some money? I was like, all right, you know what? I'll just buy you something to eat. Third day, I was like, listen, I'll just get you something from the restaurant. Another kid came out of nowhere. Yo, can I eat too? Please, 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 please. I was like, oh, man, I ate you too. So I go over, we go to, I forget the name of the restaurant. I think it was like Temple Bar or something like that. Temple Restaurant, something like that. But it was a temple-based restaurant. And we sat, I sat at one table. I told the 2 kids sit at another table. And I just told the waiter let them split one meal, but get them what they want. They got a roast chicken and some salad. Only like $5.50 or something like that. It was crazy. It was a crazy deal. I was like, yeah, you can have it. And they were like, can we get some Coke, please? I was like, yes, you can have some Coke. Now me, I had some crocodile curry. Yeah, I know, I did say crocodile. It was pretty good. And I don't remember the second dish I had, but I had 2 dishes. I thought the crocodile curry was a soup, but it was the curry. But it said on the menu, crocodile curry soup. So I didn't expect it to come with rice. So I had now 2 pieces of rice, my main entree in this soup, and 2 plates of rice. And then they're like digging in, they finally got their chicken. They're like, oh, can we get some rice too, please? So I gave them the extra rice that I had and I put it on their table, right? So now they're eating and I feel good. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like, you know, they feasted. They look like they've been haven't eaten in 4 days. That's when I decided to look to my right and see like 1,000 kids just staring, watching them eat. And then I'm like, oh man, I feel bad now. I can't feed all these kids. You know what I mean? I don't got the money for that. I can't feed all these kids. I would love to. I just don't have the money for it. So now they're watching them. One girl actually walks up to me and says, please. One girl walks up to the boys and just stares. She like puts her finger, you know, she puts her finger in the sauce, licks it. I'm just like, oh, this is just, I feel like an asshole. Next thing you know, I'm like, yo, fellas. They say, hold on. They go to the waiter in the middle of me about to say something to them. They ask the waiter for to-go bins. So I don't say nothing. I want to see what happens. They're packing up the food. I'm like, okay, let's see what happens. I'm like, yo, fellas, you gonna make sure that they eat, right? They're like, yeah, that's why we packing up the food. And that's when I was like, see, there's still good humanity. There's still good in humanity. Like the kids, they ate. Don't get me wrong, they ate. I don't think they left any rice, but they left the salad and they left like half the chicken. And the rest of the kids was ready to eat. So, you know, a bad situation turned into a good situation, because at the end of the day, I could have been really upset that they tried to snatch money out my hands. And I'm not saying I'm a saint or the best person in the world. Both those kids got to eat that night some good food, because you could even tell the people in, like, one of the waiters was like, you sure you want to do this? I was like, yeah. But now it's also a law not to give them money. So it's better to give them food but not money, because what happens if a foreign person gives a kid money, it's incentive for them not to go to school. So it's actually against the law to give kids money. Didn't know that. But yeah, give them food. Now they get to eat. And then what I remember another night I was with someone and she actually knew one of the kids within the group. And I was saying that I was kind of full from what I had. And I was like, you think they would eat this? She was like, I don't know. So I packed it up, and then I saw the kid that that keeps following me around. So I was like, hey, you hungry? He said, I don't want that. And I understand it's leftovers, and I totally got that point, right? I made sure it was like, nothing that was touched or anything like that, but I get it. And he was like, no, I don't want that, yada, yada, yada. And then the girl I was with, she was like, hey, why don't you just take it home for your mother? So he actually was like, oh, you know what? That's right. He took the food, ran home, and came back within 5 minutes. I was like, damn. So you must live nearby. And then the girl was like, yeah, his whole family, he has a little sister, his mother, and they live around the corner. And I can tell you, around the corner, there's no houses. So I'm curious to know where their around the corner is. That's one thing I'll say. I remember walking down that street on the other side, and there was literally, I didn't take a picture of it, but there was literally this woman with 3 kids on cardboard on the middle of the sidewalk. I'll tell you, the oldest kid was no older than 6. It was like 6, 4, and 2 years old. And they were just there. The kids had no shirt on. The infant definitely had no shirt on. She was just sitting on the cart. It was just like, I definitely can see the poverty in Siem Reap. But basically what I'm trying to say is that be careful with the kids on Pub Street, because those kids, as much as like they're there, they're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. But like, they're still kids at the end of the day. You want to kind of lend a helping hand. So just watch your money with them kids, because they will definitely do their best to try to steal it from you. But at the end of the day, They will be very grateful if you just give them some food. It's your boy Chris Jack. Like, comment, subscribe. And if you made it this far in the video, you, my friend, I appreciate it. Peace.